This is ContactTalkRadio.com. Consciousness in action. And you are taking action into your consciousness by tuning into Contact Talk Radio.
And on TuneIn.com, Ping.fm, and Upsnap Mobile.
Contact Talk Radio.
Welcome to Transformations with Tara Sutphen. Tara Sutphen is the author of Blame It on Your Past Lives, Soul Agreements, and The Abenda Chronicles. Grammy-nominated audios, videos, and MP3 series. You can find these MP3 series now at TaraInsight.com.
Welcome to Transformations with Tara. This is Tara Sutphen, and my co-host and guest is Jason D. McKean. He is the voice of over 1 million Ohm recordings sold throughout the world, and he has a big line of MP3s. He's the Om Tarot Wizard. He has the meditation line. Thank you. Yeah, let's go on and on. It's great. Yeah, lots of Ohms throughout the world. You hear, Jason. Thank you for being on the show.
Absolutely. Yeah. Good morning, Tara. It's great to see you here. And one thing I wanted to mention was it's your birthday. Happy birthday.
I know. So what is a taboo subject? No, no, it's great. I find it's always good to be alive.
And it's like the 30s. They're the best time in life.
They're the best time in life. Yes. Yeah. So it's all good. You know, you want the good part of life, you know? So it's all good.
Yeah. So do you have...
Our topic today is going to be what's the best surprise you've ever received from a loved one. Oh. And so I wanted to have that topic because it's Christmas upcoming, and you know we've all been downtrodden at times with the lockdown, and I want us to remember the really good times that we had, and I want us to extend that into our holiday season. It's because it's important. It's important that we bring our resonance into the future and not just into the past. So it's all about hope and reviving our playful side and our fun-loving natures. And of course, there are people who go overboard on that, but that it's not about going overboard. It's about being in just creating peace and oneness and good health as well. I had some people last night, some guys giving me a really hard time that I wasn't drinking. And I don't drink really. So I mean, occasionally I have a glass of wine, but I'm pretty much not a person who seeks that sort of thing. So they were giving me a hard time out drinking herbal tea. And I said, why? It's so good. Yeah. I just don't want to feel bad, ever. So that's what I do. I'm proactive on it. So what makes you, what was your best surprise, do you think?
My best surprise?
Yeah. I mean, I have so many, I've been really mulling that, and it's like, we can so what's yours, Jace?
Well, I've for each decade, there's usually been like some kind of surprise party. Yeah. And those to me are like the best surprises, where
communicating with others and hanging out.
Where there is a group of people, but it's a surprise. It's a
it just comes up.
Well, some people will really shy away from like that kind of surprise. It is like when it happens, it's like it can like you can go into heart failure when you open a door and
right. Is this a surprise birthday party? Right, surprise birthday party. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and at each decade, like when I was 20, when I was 30, 40, 50, we'll stop there. There's just been like these gatherings where
Right.
I wasn't expecting them, and that was like a lot of fun. Those
Oh,
are
that's
memorable.
interesting. Fun.
And so it's like the bringing together of people and all that was that's really
So
wonderful.
yours is events. Because
Well,
see, some
as far
people
as like
there,
the
it's
bigger
things.
things, yeah.
Yeah, it's things. And and it makes you question, well, what really is meaningful to you?
Mhm.
And so for me, I was coming up with well, I guess it first started with my siblings, that they were the greatest surprises and joy in my life was Scott and then and you and Amy. So I was like, oh, those were such great experiences. And then I had Willie, and and then I had my other two. But then it extended, and it's the people I really resonate with, having these people in my life. And then Amy had Brianna, Shannon, and Audrey, and then Adrian came along, my godchild, and who's a huge teenager now. He's not a little child anymore. But we've had a lot of fun. And now I have Everest. And so, and she's such a joy, in my life. So these I associate it with people, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
getting to love them right at the beginning. I think that's it.
With things, it's like one could conceivably go out and buy something for themselves. There are, of course, like objects that I was not expecting that have been they really, like when I was I think one year I think the group of you like got me motorcycle boots
as a group,
like Harley Davidson motorcycle boots.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that was after our trip to Mexico where I was confused as a Harley Davidson
right
cyclist, because I'm not a cyclist at all.
No, so it was really funny. So somebody came up to Jason, we were in Cancun, right, and went brum, brum, oh, motorcycle man, something like that.
Harley Davidson man.
Oh, Harley Davidson man. Yeah, Harley Davidson man.
I look the part, but I'm not that person.
No, it was very funny. He got a lot of Jesus or motorcycle man. So I was just it was pretty funny.
How those two,
so I think that's where the motorcycle boots came.
Where did those two meet? I guess if Jesus came back, riding a Harley, then people go, yeah, okay, yeah.
He might now.
Right?
There is that
would make more sense.
movie I've seen, Seconds. Yeah. So you never know with Jesus. He doesn't necessarily come from a corporate atmosphere. Yeah.
Not going to be riding a donkey.
Yeah. Well, not even riding a donkey. He just may appear in the most beautiful and random places, right?
Right. Be driving.
Fulfilling everyone's prayers.
A 70s Ford Granada.
There you
go. Yeah.
That was Jason's first car. That's why he's saying that.
Oh, it was, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
It was.
It was terrible. It was really terrible. Both you and Scott had the most terrible first cars.
It's okay though to have a terrible first car. It's okay because one doesn't always appreciate their very first car.
Right.
You remember it, but you don't always appreciate it. And
right.
Driving in Anchorage, Alaska, it's pretty tough on cars.
Mm.
But
because if it's not the snow and ice, they're always throwing salt down onto the roads and gravel. Gravel's great, but salt just eats the bottom of the car up.
Yeah, it's like at some point you can do a Flintstones thing where you like punch your foot through the the bottom of the floorboard.
So it was a different life for sure up there.
Well, that was a great gift though. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for that inheritance of the Ford Granada, and you know, I mean, that's a nice surprise when you're in your
Yeah.
teens to have a car. And
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't get one. I got a horse. You guys rib me about that all the time, but I didn't get a car.
Right. Oh,
Mm.
ah.
See?
Okay. Well, maybe if you ask, you know,
Santa.
this birthday,
Yeah.
right? Maybe you'll, you know, go out into your driveway and it's like, oh, there'll be a new car.
Yeah.
Or a Ford
Mm.
Granada from the 70s.
Mm.
You can
No.
have that.
But thank you anyway. Thank you. Yeah. So there, yeah, that could be like a, well, it wouldn't be the worst surprise, but it just wouldn't be a good surprise, I'm sure. Yeah. You know who used to drive a Ford Granada too? I think was Jess Stern, our best friend, Jess.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Our best friend, Jess, you know, we loved him so much. If you all don't know who he was, he's one of the great writers of the 20th century. He wrote Yoga, Youth, and Reincarnation. It was a bestseller on the New York list in 1965. So I believe he brought Eastern thought to the Western world.
Yeah,
because he started us. Yeah, and then he wrote The Sleeping Prophet in 1968, and that became a bestseller, and that was Edgar Cayce. Yeah, so you know he was very prolific in the metaphysical field of books. So anyway, yeah, he had all this Malibu real estate, but he drove a really, you know, and then he lived on the Coast Highway. He lived on the Coast Highway, which is a really hard highway to get out on. And, you know, he just kind of, you know, he had really divine guidance. He had a lot of protection, you know, always a lot of protection. He's really divinely protected because he kind of drove badly. And then, you know, I'd be in the car with him when he was in his late 80s. And all of a sudden he'd be like, why am I not driving?
Yeah, I learned that.
He'd be like 87 years old.
I learned that. It's like, hey, I can drive. How about
he was already a bad driver way before.
And that was when PCH didn't have like, you know, cars going 1,000,000 miles an hour on it.
Right.
Now it's just like, it's like, whoa. Yeah, I learned that trick as far as like, oh, you know, I'll drive. We're just going there.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to drive your Granada.
Well,
I know how to drive a Granada.
Finally, his brother just couldn't stand it anymore and gave him a Cadillac.
Yeah.
His old Cadillac. But Justice wasn't, he bought houses, but he just didn't want to buy cars.
Some people are car people where it's like they're into their cars.
Mm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I can see how a creative person is kind of into their own universe, their own world. And it's like, I know for myself, I like something that I can get into, that's dependable, that I can just turn on and, you know, go. And then it's like, I don't care as far as
it's such a, transportation, it's such a wonderful gift to the world. I'm talking about surprise gifts. You know, we're so lucky. We have flight and wonderful cars. We're lucky.
Yeah, just not flying cars.
Well, there's the new Jetson that if you've seen the videos, you know, that you have to assemble them yourself.
What?
But yeah, but you can get the kit for like $99,000. Yeah. And they fly in the desert, but they don't fly for very long. Yeah. Yeah. So flying cars have become, there is now flying cars. But they're in the desert, you know, they're like sporting. They're sport right now. So I don't know how that will work someday. There's maybe not enough structure of people not running into each other. You know, that would be bad. And then you fall. Well,
it has to be organized.
Just walking, let alone, from the sky in a little, you know.
A little what?
Never mind. I try never to do that with the brothers. Yeah, they're the best. They're better, much better at sound, like doing a little sound accents. And
No,
yeah.
but it sounded like you're doing the sound of a Jetsons car, like it was.
Forget it. You didn't listen.
Yeah.
No, what? The entertainment. I mean, I'm usually being entertained. I have siblings who entertain me.
What I like watching, like there's videos of a guy who has like these arm packs, and he's got a backpack, but he's got these like jets on his arms, and he's flying around. He's flying.
Right. Oh, I've seen those too. Yeah.
It's fascinating, to see, someone just kind of like tooling around like that.
But that might be a hard landing too. You got to be careful.
Not at all.
Not at all.
I mean, if you don't do it right. I mean, he's a pro at it now, and so it's like very, very soft. It's like, it's just very like you have like it's like you're conducting or something. It's very just subtle arm movements to bring yourself in.
You got to be really coordinated for that. I mean, I could just see. I mean, I'm somewhat coordinated, but I just, I'm kind of dorky when it comes to some of that. I'd probably be, hit the sand, boom.
Don't expect that as a surprise gift for yourself.
No,
I won't get it for you anyway.
Thank you for not thinking that you'd get it for me. Yeah, that's very nice. That's very nice of you.
So you're like, landing. Well, it started off well. She took off really well.
She looked great up there until she didn't. It's kind of like bowling. Although I am going bowling with my godson here upcoming.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it a surprise gift?
No. No, I've already told him we're going bowling because we used to bowl all the time when he was young. Yeah.
Well, that'll be fun. Trying to think of one thing that I got as a surprise. It was part of a contest, but it was a bass guitar, and it was an expensive bass guitar, and it was when I was in a band when I was playing bass, and so it wasn't just out of the blue. It was like from a music store contest, but it felt like a gift. It was like it helped to increase my musical skills, and also it was like a rocker bass. I looked more like I was playing like rock and roll in it, and that was a really beautiful gift. But it just I think the one thing that I'd won prior to that was when I was 8 and I won a 6-pack of Pepsi at a raffle. That's what I won, in that. And then that was like the next thing. And it was like a basic.
Did you share that Pepsi?
Of course I did.
Oh.
Yeah, of course. I don't remember. It's possible that I didn't. It's possible that,
Yeah, I don't remember you being stingy, but you never know.
Yeah, it's like, Pepsi was not a thing that it was in the house, it was allowed, but it wasn't like a thing that, we didn't
have a lot of that.
We didn't have a lot of it. It was always like a treat. And
it was like a birthday party or somebody's.
I could have hoarded it, could have like stored it, under my mattress or something, and just like drank warm Pepsi and
that's what I was saying. Under your bed, like hitting your Pepsi and in your bed at night.
Yeah, right.
Right.
And it's like, ooh, it tastes bad because it's warm, but it's mine. And my siblings don't get any. That's a thing. Does one go for,
how old were you? 8.
Quality, and like put it in the refrigerator, and then when it's in the refrigerator it becomes communal. Anyone can like open up the door and go, there's a Pepsi, and it's nice and cold and all. But what was it more important to have all of it? whether it was, warm or not. Maybe sneak some ice cubes, from the ice cube tray at midnight.
Yeah, I could see snaking up and doing that.
Storing ice under my bed.
Yeah, no. Well, you never know. We did live in Alaska.
I was 8. No, it was Fresno. It was Fresno.
Oh, Fresno. Yeah, we were in Fresno a few years. Yeah. Her dad had a business there for a few years, for like 2 years. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, I mean, there are some things that have been really, really wonderful gifts. It's like Sue painted a mat, a tarot, spread mat. I don't know what's the proper term for that. I should know. I'm the tarot wizard.
Right.
I'll call it spread mat, a tarot spread mat.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she hand painted a key, a skeleton key.
Oh, wow. Because
And
that's what Jason collects.
that's what I like is my skeleton keys. And so she painted that. That was a beautiful gift.
Mm-hmm. That's a beautiful gift. What a nice surprise.
Yeah, it's incredibly thoughtful.
Yes.
Incredibly thoughtful.
Yeah.
And I've created pictures, photographs for her of moments, on vacation. We were in Istanbul, Turkey. She's with a cat in a mosque in Hagia Sophia. There's a cat that was very much a part of that particular mosque, and the cat only like came to her when there was a group of people around the cat. It's like the cat came to her and sat on her lap, and also she felt like really blessed by the cat. And so I made an enlarged photo, an 8x10, and so commemorating moments in time, those are really beautiful.
Those are beautiful
to do.
Mm-hmm.
If you're looking for any gift ideas for people, right, you can always send them a photo of yourself.
Sometimes it's great.
Or you can, if you have like a moment that's important for them, that's kind of fun for them, you can embellish that. You can highlight that.
Mm-hmm.
Remind them of that.
Mm-hmm. Right. That's beautiful. What other gift ideas would you say for people?
Money.
Now, yeah.
Amazon.com.
Well, Amazon.com is, I mean, but we have to support our little mom and pop shops too. It's people been asking me different places, and it was really funny the other day. Somebody was asking me about crystals for their daughter. And so I suggested this one place, and he texted me from there, and he was like, oh my gosh, there's so many crystals here. I need your help, Tara. It was so funny. So we were laughing about all sorts of stuff. And so I gave him a couple suggestions. Yeah. So he said he did good.
Well, like crystals and all. Those are such a beautiful gift anyway, because they have an energy to them. And
part of our earth,
part of the earth, and they'll have like certain healing properties. And I'm partial to amethyst, having like a nice healing energy around. But there's lots of different types of, even if it's like for protection, if it's a tourmaline, or a quartz for amplification, if you're looking to be focused and energized towards a goal, these are like really great gifts that are supportive of someone. It's like when you give a gift, it's like the person wants to feel like they're being seen, right? That you're tapping into their interests, rather than just something random, unless it's chocolate, then it's like, it's good. But the best gifts that I've gotten are ones that it's like the person, they know who you are, and it's like this is, in support of that.
So do you still have the motorcycle boots?
I gave those to Patrick Smith
Oh, wow.
because he
was a
had an
motorcycle guy.
actual motorcycle,
Yeah.
and
Hmm.
I gave them to Patrick.
Oh, wow. Awesome.
And
Patrick, yes.
what he did with them, I have no idea. But
Well, he's in heaven now, so yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't
So
have them back, Patrick. How dare you? No, it's I think it was a few
How
years.
dare you die?
It was a few years after I received them and got my use of them.
Right.
It's like motorcycle boots, they look cool, but
Yes.
but they're like not the greatest, like walking, like
Mhm.
hiking in and playing tennis in. They
Right.
they're
Well, definitely not playing tennis in. Or
yeah.
really hiking in Sedona. They're great as far as the height of the boot, but if you're really going up those mountains or something, it's better to wear like a good hiking shoe.
Yeah, because they're pretty flat.
Mhm.
Like the at least the ones I had, they were flat on the
Right.
bottom and didn't have a lot of good traction.
Yeah.
Um,
A lot of cowboy boots and English riding boots and stuff. And yeah, I kind of know same thing, but I work in mine. I work, now with the equine therapy, I work a lot in my cowboy boots, and I'm like walking 6-7 miles a day sometimes, so it's okay.
right.
Yeah. It's just as if the boot, is a good fit.
Yeah, that helps.
Yeah, I love it. And then, you don't get sand in your tennis shoes and that kind of thing.
Yeah. Are there speaking of the equine therapy,
Mm-hmm.
that's a service, right?
Yes.
It's a service that you offer to
Yes.
people who are, what are the
Right.
benefits?
Therapy. Well, very healing. A lot of people have had bad experiences with horses, but these horses, they're all clicking in. Boy, I have 10 horses to work with, and they all love doing therapy. They love it. And they feel helpful. And so, and they're not always easy, but they're, it's because it's the first thing that I do is I have you bond with the horse, and then I ask you to start walking the horse in a direction. So it's a process. And then and you choose the horse from the standpoint of what you want to be working on. And so and so it's interesting, as far as like somebody couldn't lift a foot the other day, and I said, well, nothing's moving in your life, as far as career. And she said, oh, my career is at a standstill. And I said, okay, so let's work on that. So what happens is I want to take you on a journey with the horse, and then you come into letting the horse carry off your burdens. So we do a lot of praying. We do a lot of what exactly the horse is trying to convey, and what are our kind of what's our possibilities in life, and what is our obstacles. What are we fighting? And so, and a lot of times, you're allowing the horse to control things, and you are not controlling your life on the questions that I'm asking. So it's really, it's phenomenal. People go away really, really cleared up of a lot of their stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, really super great. I mean, we see things that clear up within the hour afterwards. I mean, people like call us like, oh my gosh, this and this and this happened, Yeah.
Those are
So,
the best kinds of sessions, where
ah,
it's a
it's been
catalyst
fun.
for things to start opening up
Yeah.
afterwards.
Yeah. So it's been really rewarding, and it's just really fun for me to see the horses really like it. Like now they like are so excited to see me, and it's like, oh, we're going to work. They like to work. So they're into it. So yeah. And they're all really great, I mean, they're not biters or kickers or anything, we would never set up anybody for,
Right.
crazy. Yeah. And yeah, so yeah, it's just that, so you get it's a really nice experience. And they're not deadbeat horses at all. They're beautiful horses. So yeah. And they just resonate with what it is that you're needing to experience.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been really good. And really interesting. Like um one I did just 2 days ago was a woman picked 3 horses to work with within her hour. And so that was interesting as far as which horse she chose. And it turned out great. And she's I mean, she doesn't have a lot of experience handling the horses.
Mhm.
Her family owns horses, but she's not handling them. They have other people to handle them.
Right. Right.
They're show horses and different things. Yeah. Yeah. So
Wonderful.
it's interesting. It's fun. Yeah. Yeah. And, I mean, it's just lovely therapy for anyone. And, hypnotherapy and anything to enhance your mind and strengthen your body and mind, your spiritual nature. It's just what can, there's never any wrong decisions in that regard. And we all have to take a step back in, because it's been so, you know, um, topsy-turvy in the last few years, and before that it was topsy-turvy too. There was just way too much going on. Life was going too fast. Nobody was taking really any breaths. And so, and then all of a sudden life comes to a standstill. And then what do we do? So it's been topsy-turvy. So getting back on track. I think that the equine therapy is a nice added therapy in my, practice of readings. And, I can do it for you, but it would be, it's really fun to help you get into your next stage of things. And I help a lot of people that way too, with health, success, love. Yeah. Getting over fear and getting into confidence again. So if you want gift certificates for that, that's a nice thing too, for the holidays. If you need gift certificates, or even for New Year's resolutions, I'm always available for that. The gift certificates, I should put that up actually. I don't advertise enough sometimes on what, that, oh, if you did this, somebody might really enjoy that.
Yeah.
And you might be changing their life too, to strengthen themselves.
Yeah, it can be
Lots of really great people out there.
It can be crucial at that moment where someone is they're kind of wanting to either shift in gear for either a new direction or kind of get back on track, but they may be a little bit hesitant. They may need just a little bit of a push, to be able to trust their own momentum, to trust themselves, as one is kind of just finding themselves again in in the world. And so I find that a lot of people that I counsel at this time, they're at the cusp. They know the direction that they want to go in, but it's just about, they've done all of the self-talk that they can for themselves, but they're looking for a sign they're looking for those outside
Those
signs
beautiful signs.
that,
Right.
and sometimes a
Mhm.
reading can be that sign.
Yeah.
The beauty of talking with strangers, of meeting people that you've never met before, and you're able to look at the energy of their life, and look to see what direction is available to them. It's like that's what I was thinking. That's the direction I want to go in. It's like you're reading my mind. It's like,
Right. And
oh,
getting
well,
into a
maybe.
surprise as well, getting going forward into, a surprise, like we're going forward now. So what will surprise you upcoming? Well, there's lots of surprises. It's just being open to those surprises and not allowing, any sort of upset, like fighting with your family over the holidays, um, uh, being too fearful about, you know, uh, and or using it as a bad excuse, of not seeing people. That sometimes is, what's happening now is people are still, like reeling back and saying, you can't see me. To whereas, it's like, okay, but that invisibility, it creates invisibility. So don't, you want the surprises and the miracles and the opportunities in your life. So you must show up for that. So definitely show up.
Yeah, that's a part of the equation is,
Mhm.
because you're in relationship to your own life. You're in relationship to the events that take place. And, it's
Mhm.
like you have to go out and do your part to
Mhm.
meet the opportunities. And, I get that in the last couple of years, it's like, the environment, has been altered,
Mm.
and but finding ways to navigate it so that you can still maintain a sense of your own direction, and where you're at least looking for those avenues to be able to um to walk down, where your path doesn't just like hit a dead end and boom, that's it. It's like it's always about maybe one goes off of the known trail there and is like kind of foraging through the woods, but sometimes you're creating your own path.
Sure.
and that's why you're here. That's why you're here at this time. You're never here on this plane just to you know do things in a way that are just keep you as a soul just status quo. It's always about learning. It's always about growing. It's about expanding and fulfilling who it is that you need to be. And sometimes you can go the known trail there, but sometimes you have to go off on your own little side journeys and all. And that's where you build trust in yourself, in your own
Mhm.
intuitive self, in your spiritual self. And that's where you really start connecting with the divine, that divine energy that's within you. And so that's where um there can be fear in that. That can be
Mhm.
where one is needing courage and all, just to keep moving forward in some of these places that feel maybe unknown to you, but you'll know it. It's like the thing about resonance is that when you resonate with something, it's like you know it, and you can know if it's beneficial for you, or if you need to change things up. And it's like the more awareness that you create, the more consciousness that you create, it's like you can um, be more in a trusting space with it.
Right. And the thing is even when you're, Cheyenne does this, my daughter, she's a chef. She creates her own little celebration. So it's just a celebration for one. And so that's, just remember that you can always celebrate yourself. Celebration for one. And whatever that you do. So the holidays, if you're feeling blue or not feeling social, like you're going to socialize, and a lot of people aren't getting together. I know that, people don't like big groups anymore. I love those. I love like the long table where everybody's getting together and talking. That's my thing. Yeah.
I love that idea of the celebration of one, in that, one is not just, looking for having to have someone else come in and feel like they're being validated by that that other person. It's like, you can look at your own accomplishments, just and it's about how one is looking at where they're going to, how one is feeding themselves with hope, or they're fueling themselves with hope, because that's the engine that we run on, is that we hope is something that it's inspiration. It's those places that we can see our own value, and know that as we can continue to bring value to those around us, but to our own sense of our own soul's journey as well.
Yeah, our beautiful soul's journey. And we're going into 2022. Wow. Remember when everybody was looking forward to the millennium? Was it they called the millennium?
Yeah.
I don't even remember.
Right. It was so long ago.
It was 22 years ago.
Yeah, I was talking to our mom, and we were talking about like next year, and I'm going, oh my God, it's like high school. It's going to be like my reunion there, which is like,
that's nice.
Now it's many decades. And
yeah.
It's not that I'm going, and I would.
You're not gonna go? Oh, you should
God,
go.
No.
Listen to that, Chase.
No, I had 3 friends in high school.
Yeah.
And I'll just see them, or talk to them on Facebook. It's like, unless I'm asked to give a speech.
Okay, I'm gonna write them.
Then I would go.
Yeah,
it's
I'll
like,
write him. Jason to do a speech. He'll read tarot for everyone. Invite him personally. Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
that would be so much fun.
I can see it now. It's going to be, oh, your glory days, they were high school. Everything has gone downhill since then. Next. It's like, my way of getting back at the football jocks and was it football or hockey? It's up in Anchorage.
Well, for us, it was hockey. Yeah, we had the hockey buffs. We were in Alaska.
Hockey bus.
Hockey buffs. Yeah.
Oh, buffs.
Buffs. Yeah, the hockey. Our cousin played hockey.
Yeah.
We had to go to all the games.
I missed all of that. I was of a younger generation. Yeah, I missed all of that. Yeah. So, anything that, as far as gift ideas, right? It's like, I've been putting my book out as far as like.
Oh yeah, there's a gift. That's a beautiful gift.
I just finished up a Japanese version of it. I'm going to upload it in a couple days.
Nice.
So it'll be available on Amazon. And it's my book has been it's being used as a textbook for a class of a tarot class, and for beginner readers. And what I hear about it is that it's good for those who are beginning, but also, to bring in new layers if you're an advanced reader or so, just to
Right.
refresh your own values, as
Right.
a reader,
Right.
and incorporate anything that can be new from it. And so
Mhm.
it's a good gift to give to anyone who's wanting to learn tarot, or if they're
Right.
been in it for a little bit and they're needing to.
Well, do you do a gift certificate for tarot readings? I mean, that somebody wants to give them a tarot reading from you and they could
Yeah.
get a gift certificate.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I've done that.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Done that a lot of that.
Yeah. Yeah. I've done a lot of readings, and usually I give readings. I give readings as presents from some of the wonderful psychics I know.
Oh yeah, we've
About
had
them.
some wonderful
Oh yeah.
readings from
Fun.
many, just
Mm.
people who have been on Transformations,
Mm-hmm.
your show,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
just
How many?
really insightful, wonderful humans.
Mhm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So usually I use Andrew Brewer, or I use Jack McKean. Yeah. No relation to us, but we claim him as one of ours.
You're right.
And he's really fantastic. And and many others that I've trained, or it's fun.
Yeah. Where can people, find you in order to get those gift certificates?
Right. I'll put one up. I'll put one up so that everybody, and especially an equine one, if anybody wants to give that for a gift upcoming. I mean, we're doing it in California, in Los Angeles. But if you have a horse, I can do it with you and your horse as well, somewhere in the US if I'm traveling, because I mean, I've traveled a lot lately. So, I may be in your area.
Well, you don't do that through Zoom?
I could probably do it through Zoom as well.
The
Now
equine
that
therapy.
you say that.
It's like
Yeah.
put your laptop on your horse's back.
Yeah, no, probably on a chair outside the arena.
Bring your horse inside your house,
Right, or into your barn.
in
Yeah.
front of your computer.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Put the headphones on your horse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where can people find?
So people can find me at tarainsight.com. It's TARAINSGHT.com. And then Jason, how about you?
I'm at Jason D. McKean, JASONDMCKEAN .com, and also on Facebook, Instagram, Jason Tarot Wizard.
Yes. I'm all over the internet too. You name it. I'm on the site, Twitter, and Instagram, Facebook. I have a TikTok account, but I've never really done the TikTok account. Although, somebody was saying the other day that I should do a TikTok account because I was teasing this guy and it was pretty funny. I took a video of it. Yeah. At a party, at a 6-year-old party.
Teasing.
Yeah, I was teasing.
You were teasing a 6-year-old?
I know. I was teasing his. Well, it's not an uncle. I guess it's the baby's second cousin. I was teasing him. Yeah. About Willie, and it was Willie and I actually teasing him. It was pretty fun.
I don't know what you're teasing about. You have to post it
I'll
as a TikTok.
post that. Maybe I'll post it as a TikTok. It has to do some explaining though. So, but it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. Treating him like a sibling. Yeah.
Oh, well, geez. So that was like just hard teasing then.
Yeah, it was kind of hard teasing.
It was like a sibling. It's like getting them in a headlock and
right. No, I wasn't touching him, but I was ribbing him for a lot. Yeah.
Well, I would just, get a TikTok account to do some kind of dance moves. A wizard dance.
Yeah, that's the wizard dance.
Right.
Jason, you're on to something. Yeah.
I'm on something is more like it. Not on to something. I am on something. If I'm thinking that I am going to like dance in a video.
Right. So anyway, well, thank you for being on the show, Jace. Anything that you want to add as far as surprises or miracles? Let's expect
that would be a surprise for everyone if I were on a dance video. That would be surprising.
The wizard dance.
Doing the wizard dance.
Yeah, maybe at the holiday, maybe I can talk you into doing it for the video. For
the boys and girls of the world.
That's right. Actually, I do have a really great video of Jason.
No.
Santa.
No, it's not happening. It's like that's it. That's not.
Jason, it's so good. It's so good.
I know. It's fun. But
it really is good.
It's not.
I'll ask if I can put it up, when we're off the air. I'll talk him into it.
Nope.
It's really fun.
Not happening. Yeah. Surprises. We'll see. I mean, it's like, I have high hopes for 2022. Just personally, it's like there's been just things that have been going on, changes that have been going on, which are good. Some changes necessary, and it's good to keep moving forward and not get stuck in anything that can feel like a rut or just a groove. It's like expansion. One needs to expand and keep moving forward.
And remember, this is the time of dreaming because it is the new moon was on the 4th. And so it's all about this month really coming up with beautiful creative ideas. So
thank you, Tara.
Yeah. Thank you, Jason, for being on the show. Lots of love, everybody.
Thank you for listening to Transformations with Tara. Tara hopes this program brings guidance and insight towards a better tomorrow. If you have any questions or inquiries, or would just like to know more about Tara Sutphen's workshops and seminars or private sessions, please visit her website now at tarainsight.com. Until next time, many blessings.